go ahead and get this party started. All right. Hope the air is not too loud. As I'm at my son's practice here, so want to make sure I talk to you guys before it got too busy. So here, let's go ahead and get right into it, guys. Listen, you are closer than you think you are. Okay. I was talking to one of my clients, and she wanted to go into home ownership. Okay. And as she wanted to go into home ownership, I was explaining to her, what's going on, Lisa Stocks? What's going on? That she wanted to go into home ownership and she had no idea how close she was, right? And so she couldn't believe that her credit scores was exactly where she needed to be to go into home ownership. Okay. And so again, I'm telling you, you are closer than you think you are. Okay. So a lot of times you guys just need to just talk to the right people. You're probably not talking to the right people. You're probably, like, for example, if you applied for home ownership, what's going on, Nick? And you got denied, that's not the end of it. That just means we need to confirm. We need to talk to another lender. We need to talk to another real estate agent. We need to find out what the strategy is or what strategy we need to put in place in order to get ourselves where we need to be. Okay, don't just give up. A lot of times you talk to one person, you think that's what it's just going to be. I'm telling you all, it's much more out here. Okay, you are closer than you think you are. All right, and we're not just talking about homeownership. We're talking about everything that has to do with whatever your goal is. Okay. So again, we talk about goals all the time, but I don't think people do a good enough job of keeping their goals in front of them. When you keep your goals in front of you, you see how close you are, but then you also see how far away you are. That just means we need to do a strategy adjustment, right? So you need to see, it may be that you need to, that you're close, but you need to do something a little bit more. Okay. And so that just means you may need to learn something new. You may need to confirm with someone else. So don't just give up. Please just don't give up. I see people give up on their goals all the time. They say, well, man, you know what? I got a repossession and, I don't know what life is going to be like. I got to file bankruptcy. I just got a charge off. I just got a new collection. My credit score just dropped. Guys, it's credit. It's not that big of a deal. We can bounce back. Okay. The bank is not looking for flawless credit. Somebody put that in the comments. The bank is not looking for flawless credit. They're not. They understand that people go through things. They understand that. That's exactly why a lot of banks have different types of programs, things of that sort, but none of it's going to matter if you're giving up on your goals. I've seen people wanting to get into a car and then they just went to the wrong dealership. They talked to the wrong salesperson. I've seen people that want to go into home ownership, but they had the wrong real estate agent, right? Nick just told y'all, listen, the bank is not looking for flawless credit. They know that people have different backgrounds, different credit profiles, but you have to say to yourself, okay, what things can I put in place? Okay. And that's where you got to start. You have to say to yourself, where do I begin with my journey? What's the next step? That's why we make these videos here at A50 Club. I want you all to know the next step with your credit cards. I want you all to know the next step to get a high limit credit card. I want you all to know the next step to buying property up to 4 units. I want you to know the next step to getting down payment assistance. I want you to know these things because there's a lot of people out here, they're just saying don't pay anybody, don't do all these things. But the thing is that we got to think long term, not just short term. Anybody can get a car, right? So we're looking, how can we build wealth? How can we take how can we take advantage of us living in America? Now, don't get me wrong, America's not perfect. We have our problems, but there are much worse places that you can be right now. And so you need to maximize where you are right now. We got Grinder for the Bag is in the building. Listen, Grinder for the Bag shared a story with us. Was that today? That was this morning. And he talked about how he was homeless 5 years ago. This man not only got a promotion at his job recently, not only is he in the 700s, this man qualifies for a house. So imagine that. So again, even if you're not close, like you're like, well, Calvin, I hear what you're saying. I know you say I'm closer than I think I am. Here's the thing: borrow some of my belief, borrow some of Mike's belief, borrow some of Nick's belief, right? Borrow some of Lisa's belief. We believe in you. We know that you can do this. And that's the thing. And even if you think you can't, you need to check your circle. You need to see who are you hanging around. You need to see what type of information are you learning. It's okay to watch that movie on Netflix, but make some time to learn something. Make some time to write out your strategy, to write out your goals. That's all we talk about in the 850 Club Elite. That's all we talk about is what's the next goal, right? And when people are going through something, not just on their personal lives, but when they are trying to attack a certain goal, or they say, "Man, you know what? I don't know if I can go through this." We had another lady tell another story, and she's going through a divorce, and as she's going through this divorce, her husband used all of her credit cards that he was an authorized user on. Crazy. Brought her credit score down like crazy. And this is her ex-husband, by the way. And she's like, how can I go? How can I rebuild? I've gone through so much. These banks not gonna trust me again. Here's the thing. Like Nick told you guys earlier, banks aren't looking for flawless credit. So they're looking for people who bounce back. They're looking for people who give a damn. They look for people who says, you know what? I know that was the old me. Somebody put in the comments, that was the old me. That was the old me. That was the me when I was at 400. That was the me when I had my car repossessed. That was the me when I had got an eviction. That was the me when I had to pay 14% interest on my second car. This is my story, by the way. So, for those who don't know, on my 21st birthday, my car was repossessed. Imagine that. They could have took it before that time, but I parked the car around the corner. This was back in the day. You would think, oh, they ain't gonna be that aggressive. They took that car. Right after that, I was evicted. This is all my fault. I'm a grown man at this point. Come on now. See, that's another thing that a lot of us adults have. We don't want to accept responsibility. Somebody put in the comments, accept responsibility. Even if you're not a spell responsibility, that spell check gonna help you out. Accept responsibility. The sooner that you realize that you are the problem, or that you're causing the problem, or the role that you play in the problem, the faster you will find a solution. That's all this is. The faster you will find a solution. But here's the thing: everything you do matters. Who you hang around matters. You're the average of the 5 people you hang around the most. You're the average, right? Listen, grinding for the bag says I tried to hide mine in the garage one time. Man, you know what I'm saying? We gotta listen. Are we gonna do a live one day? We're gonna talk about our worst credit story. Cause I know we got them, man. Listen, y'all seeing the polished versions of all of us, right? Y'all seeing the people in the 800s, 700s, things of that sort. Y'all should have met me before I had, before I figured out how credit was gonna work. Y'all should have met me before I was in the 700s. Y'all should have met me prior to that time frame. And that's what's crazy about it. What's going on, Rachel? Rachel's in the house. Man, me and Rachel got something special for you guys, man. Make sure you guys stay tuned for this. This is going to be amazing. Teresa, what's going on? Appreciate you being here. Listen, you all have to check and see where is your time going. If there's 24 hours in a day and you spend 6 to 8 hours sleeping, where's the rest of your time going? Where is the rest of your time going? What does your circle look like? What are you listening to? What are you watching? What are you studying? What's getting your time? And if what's getting your time is not matching with where your goals are, then you're pipe dreaming, right? Then you're insane, right? You're insane. You all know the definition of insanity. Doing the same things over and over and over and over, expecting a different result. Guys, we got to change some stuff up, man. We got to change it up. Now, listen, listen. Y'all know where you need to be. If you're serious about your credit goals, you need to check out the 850 Club Elite, guys. I'm telling you. Elite, where y'all at? Elite, go ahead and put Elite inside the chat if the Elite is in the building. All right. But that's the thing. You got to check and see what's getting your time. I'm telling you, this is the hack. This is the sauce. This is the gem. This is the cheat code. This is the cheat code. Look at your schedule. Look at your schedule. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for progression. We're looking for progress. We're looking for progress. We're looking for progress. Step number one is watching the video. Step number two is putting the strategy together. Step number three is following the steps. And then step number four is staying consistent until you accomplish the goal. That's what it's all about. We got Albert in the building. We got Nick in the building. Appreciate you guys being here. Listen, these are goal setters. That's the thing. You all are not around. You're not around enough goal setters. You around too many people complaining. You around too many people talking about Trump all day. Come on, man. Come on, man. Listen, I don't care who the president is. It don't matter. It don't. Now, don't get me wrong. There are things that we can't control, and you guys got to understand that. There's too many things in this world. And I'm not saying that these things don't matter. I'm just saying don't spend that much time on it. Some of you all are spending major time on minor issues, right? Grinding for the bag says, if I'm not checking my credit profile, I'm watching reruns of Martin. But y'all see that though? He says, listen, I'll make some time to get my laugh on and things of that sort, but I'm gonna stay on top of my goals because he has a goal to buy property, right? Rachel says, I hear you on that one. She says, worry about your house and not the White House. That sounds familiar. That sounds like that Sherry Beckley interview. Shout out to Sherry. Listen, me and her got to do another interview, man. We got some good stuff coming up. Calvin's in the house. Calvin Colwell's in the house. Albert says, trying to always stay wrapped in. That's right. Don't major in the minors. Y'all know what that means? Don't spend major time on minor issues. Don't spend major time on minor issues. What's a minor issue? Worried about what's going on in politics all the time, worried about what's going on with like things you can't control. You can't control gas prices. Get used to it. You can't control these groceries. Figure it out. I'm not saying it's not an issue. I'm saying, what's your strategy? Are we going to make more money this year? Are we going to make more money this year? Are we going to accomplish our goals this year? Are we going to get that house or are we just going to keep on talking about it? That's the thing. Are we going to make it happen or are we going to make excuses? You can't make it happen and make excuses at the same time. You got to choose. Somebody put in the comments, you got to choose. You got to choose. You can't keep saying it's too hard, but you're not trying. You can't keep saying I don't know what to do and you're not researching. You can't keep saying it costs too much and you're not making enough money. You can't keep saying I want to buy a rental property and you're not even talking to a lender. You can't keep saying I want to increase my credit score and you over here looking for the cheat codes. Pay your bills. That's number one. But then also look for other strategies, right? Calvin says it's a new day, it's a new start. Rachel says you got to choose. Ms. Dunlap says, my goal is to purchase a home and I've been working on my credit and I'm going to make it. My vision is to do it and I'm going to do it. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Shout out to Miss Dunlap over here. You are going to do it. And keep saying that. But it's not just about saying it, guys. It's saying it and making sure you got that strategy in front of you so you know what to do. That's what it's about. We got to put action behind our words. Somebody put action in the comments. We need action. We need action. We need you to say, you know what, I'm going to do XYZ. If I tell you, if I look at your credit report and I tell you exactly what you need to do, just do it. Not in an arrogant way, but I'm telling you. Listen, I had a client the other day. She got a custom game plan from me. She said, I just can't believe this is all I need to do. I'm just sure it's something else I got to do. This just seems like it's too simple. It's that simple. It's that simple. You guys see this? Grinding says, I just paid an extra $100 on an old car payment. Come on now. Listen, who else is doing that? People out here sending you off, man. People out here sending y'all clean off. People that's never people that's never ever ever purchased real estate property out here telling y'all how to buy property. People out here saying they credit coaches and credit gurus, and they giving you a list of people not to pay. People out here telling you to do this, and do this illegal, do this. And, okay, you do what you want to do. Here's one thing you got to understand about people that that watch 850 Club. The way we do it, nobody can ever take it from you. Nobody can ever take it from you. The way our strategy works at 850 Club, you never have to worry about a collection popping back up. You know why? Because we handle it the right way. We handle it the right way. That's a whole nother conversation, man. Okay. Rachel says we need action. Sonny says we need action, right? Alfreda says we need action. Albert says we need action. That's all this is. Here, I applaud all of you. Give all of yourselves a round of applause. You know why? Because you're here. It's not just about watching me. See, my goal is to remind you. I'm just reminding you. Every time we make a video, every time we make a post, every time we make a short, we're reminding you of what you said you wanted to do. Let me ask you a question. Who else is reminding you? Y'all didn't hear me. I said, who else is reminding you? And if no one's reminding you, you need to get more reminders. You need to get around people where the goal with the daily schedule is going to get us to where we need to be. Rachel says, "I got more good news from your guidance. My score already going back up." Oh man, listen, that's amazing to hear. Brandon says, "Paying the derogatory off tomorrow. I'm taking action this whole month." Y'all hear this, man? Listen, if you are tired of collections popping back up on your credit report, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you something most people won't tell you. You could either pay them, you can settle with them, or you can just keep building around it. But if you keep disputing it, let me tell y'all something, man. Because see, people not telling y'all the real. You know how like you watch your YouTube video and you learn something, you learn the strategy, the hack, or whatever, good stuff, bad stuff, whatever. Just like you're learning something, why do people think these collection companies aren't learning anything? Why do we think that they're not having conversations? You think they finna just keep buying debt and not making this money? You think these companies just gonna keep letting people borrow money and then not try to figure something out? Man, y'all got to be crazy. I'm telling you, do it the right way. Do it the right way. Alfreda says, my daughter and I, she says, my daughter, and I'm reminding her. I know that's right. Cliff says action. Rachel says, wow. You better believe it. Listen, Albert said the community, it will be done in 2 years. Man. See, now y'all giving the cheat codes. Now y'all giving the cheat codes. Alfreda says, she says, pay them credit cards down to 33% and watch your credit score rise. Listen, especially if you at 100, if you at 100%, bring it down to 80. If you at 80, bring it down to 50. If you at 50, bring it down to 33. But if you really want to see, you want to know the sweet spot, 7 to 10%. This is the easy stuff. We're talking about, listen, many of you all are in a scenario, you're in a situation right now. I know you're in a situation right now. It's not over. Somebody put in the comments, it's not over. I don't care if you're homeless. I don't care if you just lost your job. Y'all hear me? I don't care if your credit score just dropped. It's not over. I don't care if you just had a repossession yesterday. It's not over. I don't care if you just had an eviction. It's not over. We need to talk about your situation. That's another problem. You're not talking to the right people about your situation. We need to talk. Elite, where can people come to get answers for their problems? You better believe it. 850clubelite.com. See, a lady told me her situation today about her ex-husband run up her credit card debt and then a house that she got to figure out if she gonna take the equity out or if she gonna try to refinance. And I had to tell her, hey, listen, we gotta sell this property, right? It's not over. Look at that. Listen, Empress says it's not over. Okay. Rachel says it's so simple. It's not over. Rick, listen, Nick says the same thing. Grinding for the bag says absolutely is not over. It's not over, man. Y'all can't keep giving up. We are adults. I don't get me wrong. I listen. I know depression is real. I know. loss is real, right? Grief is real. These are real things. But what I'm also saying is we can't sit in it all day. We can't. We can't. Life is too short. We get reminded every single day how short life is. It's too short. You listen, we got to make it happen. This is the year that we make it happen. Put 2025 inside the comments if this is the year that you're going to make it happen, that you get that car, that you lower that car payment, that you lease that car, okay? That you buy that property, that you buy your second property, that you get that third property, that you get that 2 unit, that 3 unit, that four unit. Put 2025 if this is the year. But it's not just hype. This ain't just hype at 850 Club. We putting you to work. I'm following up. Someone joined the 850 Club Elite the other day. She says, I want to improve my credit score. I said, great. Did you watch my course yet? My glasses crooked. Yeah. Okay, there we go. I gotta fix this. There we go. So listen, she said, I want to increase my credit score. I said, listen, did you take the first step? She says, I haven't done that yet. See, that's the thing. Some of us have been uh we have been procrastinating so long that putting things off become natural. You guys hear me? We have been procrastinating so long that, again, listen, putting things off is becoming second nature to us. We can't keep doing this, guys. We got to get serious, man. We got to get serious. Listen, if you want to get around serious people, you need to be in the 850 Club Elite. I was answering credit questions today. You're not alone, man. I keep telling you guys, you're not alone. We need to know your situation. I know, listen, your family can't help you with your credit. In most cases, they can. And now they may be able to add you to an authorized use, but that's not the best they can do. They can tell you, they can give you some advice based on their credit report, but their profile is different. Your pastor can't help you. Sometimes your spouse can't help you. You got to get around people that have either accomplished what you're looking to accomplish so you can copy them. See a lot of times we got bad advice as kids. I don't know about you guys. Anybody ever heard the phrase, don't be a copycat? Put a yes in the comments if anybody has ever told you, hey, don't be a copycat. Don't be a copycat. Hey, JJ, he says, where's the course? Go to 850clubelite.com. 850. Somebody listen, Elite, put it in the comments. 850clubelite.com. You can't do it. There you go. Put a yes. Listen, there you go. Rachel already said it. Rachel already said it. See, when we were younger, they told us, don't be a copycat. Guess what we did? We listened. Here's the deal. There's nothing wrong with being a copycat as long as you copy the right cat. Now that we're older. So it means if you want to buy a 4 unit property, guess who you should be copying? A person who bought that a 4 unit property. If you want to lower your car payment, if you want to lower your car payment, you need to copy somebody that just lowered their car payment. Now, this is usually because things leave clues. Success leaves clues. Okay? And some of you all are it's just like imagine some of you all are getting relationship advice from somebody who can't keep a man. Some of you all are getting relationship advice from somebody who can't keep a woman. Some of you all are getting parenting advice from people who have no kids. Some of you all are getting home ownership advice from people that don't even own a home. I'm done. For real, y'all, are you guys listening to this? I'm telling you, you got to stop doing it. Got to stop doing it. Marla says, "Hey Calvin, is 72 too old to consider buying a house?" I don't think so because you can still be building equity. You could easily still be here another 30 years, 20 years, 10, 15 years. Here's another thing. Watch this. If you bought a house 5 years ago, and this is a question for everybody. If you bought a house 5 years ago, would that house be worth more today? Yes or no? The answer is yes. If you bought a house 10 years ago, would that house be worth more today? The answer is yes. If you bought a house 15 years ago, that house would be worth more today. Yes, absolutely. So you buy a house right now, you're 72, right? And hey, let's just say, for example, later down the line, you want to sell it and get the equity, or you want to pass it down to your family and they can get the equity, or whatever that ends up being. But it's an investment. It's an investment. I know a lot of people are talking about don't buy a house and all the rest of this stuff. Here's the thing. I can see if not buying a house was me living for free somewhere. But you either paying rent or you're buying a house. Let's be honest. So, and again, this is I'm the licensed real estate agent, and my wife and I own property. I've never, ever, 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 you rarely ever see any multimillionaires that don't have some form of real estate. You know why? Because of equity. You can say whatever you want. I'm telling you. Listen, Lisa J. Stocks, if you still in the building, listen, Lisa, if you still in the building, you know, Lisa will tell you about how these stocks go. These stocks are up and down. That's how stocks go. This ain't nothing new. This ain't nothing new. I'm not telling you all something you don't know, right? But here's the thing. With real estate, does it cost more upfront? Yes, because it's guaranteed equity. Even if properties that are in the hood, gunshots out the window, they have equity. Okay? I'm telling you. Frida says, buy a home. The money is over your head. She said, that's your investment. I'm telling you. Okay. Mr. Laidback says, I believe having fear stops a lot of people. He said, put one step in front of the other and then start the journey. You better believe it. You better believe it. Grinder says, one thing I've noticed about my credit score, if it drops, it's not a big deal because that profile's still looking good. And those three digits are eventually going to be going back up. You are absolutely correct, sir. Empress says, is the free My FICO credit score accurate? It is actually. So freecreditscore.com is owned by Experian, and that is a FICO 8 score. Okay. Calder says, don't stop, never give up, hold your head high, and reach to the top. Why does it sound like a song? Why does it sound like a song? Oh, man, it sound like a song. Chester says, listen, 100. All right. Listen, let's see here. Miss Renee is in the house. Appreciate you being here, Miss Renee. Appreciate you being here. All right. Listen, guys, that's what it's all about. Okay. Listen, if you want to accomplish your credit goals faster, you got to get inside the 850 Club Elite. If you want to tell me your credit situation, yes, I'm talking to you. If your credit score is not moving as fast as you know it should, you need to tell me your situation. If you need a strategy, we need to talk. Come into the 850 Club Elite. This is where it's going to be at. This is where we're going to get you at faster. You say, well, Calvin, I'm just going to keep watching the videos. That's fine. But if you want to get there faster, I can help you get there. Okay. And y'all know me. I'm not trying to sell y'all anything. I'm just letting you know there's a faster way possible. Let me ask you a question. If you had to make a drive and that drive was 12 hours away, 12 hours away, and then I said, hey, you can get there, but it's 12 hours away. You say, okay, cool. I guess that's the only way to get there. But then if I told you that there was a way to get there in 3 hours, if there was a way to get there in 3 hours instead of 12, you would say, look, that's got to be impossible. Would you rather get there faster? Exactly. Now, don't get me wrong. You could listen, time is of the essence. Time is of the essence. You you said you wanted to have Thanksgiving in your house this year. It's not too late. It's enough time for us. You could be a 300 credit score, a 400 credit score, a 500 credit score. We can still help you get into a home by Thanksgiving. Did